fold coming. Okay, it's been started. Sharing my screen with all of you, and here we are on the screen. And we have this one, this file. I hope it is visible to everyone. Just check it out. And if I'm not wrong, we had completed up to task rate, right? I mean, PMT we had done. We had also done this PV. We had also done this FP. Up to rate we had completed, and after that, the things were remaining to be done. So we are there right now in the task FP schedule. Everyone should start reading this sum along with me. Let me use the magnifier so that you get it in better way. Obviously, you people have the Excel file, so it won't be very much problematic for you to see over there. Ms. Karina Kapoor has invested 15 lakhs rupees in the variable interest rate option of fixed deposit. FT stands for the fixed deposit in this case. What will be the FP after 5 years? Say there are various fixed deposits which gives you the variable interest rates over the number of years. It can be varied as per the base rate, and the base rate can be based on the repo rate issued by the RBI. So there could be various reasons why there would be a variable rate fixed deposits. You may check and you may see in the bank. For us, the concern is that we want to find the future value when the expected rate of return from the fixed deposit is getting changed over a period of time. And when we have such situation, we would be using FB schedule instead of FB in this case. You people are aware that every function in Excel starts with a sign of equal to. See, FB schedule is not a different FB. Please try to understand that. It's the FB only. But it is the FB with the different rate of interest we have for the different periods. Now, Miss Karina is not satisfied with the specific rate of interest for all the number of years. She is like, I want the different rates for different number of years. Let's give it to her. हमें क्या problem होता है भाई? Equal to FV schedule, then opening the bracket. Now it just asks the two arguments in the syntax. One is principal, another one is schedule. So principal is the amount of investment which I am making, which is B3. Now this is a single transaction. She is going to invest in the FD for a one period of time, that is just 15 lakhs rupees, comma. Schedule is number of periods starting from the first one to the last one, and we have selected the schedule from B6 to B10, closing the bracket, pressing the enter, and we have got the future value. As simple as that. Only two arguments. One was the amount of investment, which is the principal amount. Another was the different rates for a different period of time. Is everyone there with me? Can you just give me a confirmation, please, by unmuting yourself? Shall I move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now let's move to the different one, which is task and effect. Gonna be a little bit important for all of you because this is something which is not discussed in the FM yet, because that was not a part of the syllabus, frankly speaking. That's why. Now there is something called nominal and effective rate. Try to understand the concept of it. The nominal and effective rates are working like this. Say, for example, if you are investing in one option of say 100 rupees you are making as an investment, and this investment gives you 6 monthly return. So that means you will be receiving the return for 2 times in the entire year. And say, for example, the rate was around 10%. Try to understand this. Now this gives you the 6 monthly return compounded 6 monthly. So on 100 you get the 6% for the first 6 months, right? So on 100 if you get the 6%, that comes at 6 rupees. So after the end of the first 6 months, the amount of investment shall be 106, right? Now the second 6 months are about to come. On that too you get the interest. That is also not 6, sorry, 5. 10 divided by 2, it would be 5. I am sorry. So 106 की जगह पे 105 यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. Why I have taken divided by 2? Because for the entire year, if the rate is 10%, then for the 6 months it's gonna be 5%. So 5% on 100 stands at 5 rupees. So if our total face value stands at 105, on that, if you add 5% more, now that 5% is not on 100, that's on 105. Now if you add 5% on 105, what is the answer you get? Can someone tell me manually, please? 5.25 if I'm not wrong.
Yes, sir.
Right? So your face value, sorry, future value comes at 110.25. Now try to understand. Your amount of investment was 100. You have got the return of 10.25 in 1 year. So your effective rate was 10.25%, not the 10%. Nominal rate was 10%, which we had divided in two parts, first for the first 6 months, another one for the nether 6 months. But my dear fellas and fellies, this is not the actual rate of return you have got for the entire year. Why? Because your total return was 10.25. You have added 10.25 rupees on your investment of 100. So your effective rate is 10.25%. Now, higher the compounding frequency, higher would be the effective rate. If the compounding frequency would be quarterly, no, then effective rate would be even more than 10.25%. If the compounding frequency would be monthly, this would be even bigger. If the compounding frequency would be daily, this would be even bigger. I hope you are able to understand the difference between the two. I think someone's mic is unmute. That may be disturbing to some other students. I don't have any problem. I mean, if you want to speak something, you can, you should. किसी का माइक ओपन है बेटा? किसका है? मिस्टर अक्षत का. अक्षत, your mic is on.
No, sir, it's off.
अरे वो बंदा बोल के बंद करके बताता है कि नो सर इट्स ऑफ. ओ माय गॉड, सर का पोपट सामने सामने एकदम सामने कर रहा है ये तो. ठीक है, चलो कोई बात नहीं, बंद होगा बस. Now we have 10.25% return over here. So that means that's our effective rate. Now we would be using the same concept over here in this. Say your nominal rate is 11%. So on quarterly basis, you will be getting 11% divided by 4, because in 1 year we have 4 quarters, right? So that will be the quarterly compounding rate you will be getting on your investment. But this is the nominal rate, not the effective one. The effective one would be much more than this. And please put it in the back of your mind, the effective rate is always higher than the nominal rate. And higher the compounding frequency, higher would be the effective rate. It's simple as that. Very simple basic mathematics. Now Excel solves it for you like anything. You will have to just put 2 arguments over there, nothing else. I'm going over there in the effective rate cell equal to, just type effect. This is how the function should be looking like. And in effect, the first argument is the nominal rate. So write 11% nominal rate there. Or you may select the cell where 11% is written, right? So both the ways are perfectly fine. Comma. Then it asks you that number of periods in a year. Now, can someone tell me what will be the number of periods in a year if my compounding frequency would be quarterly? May I have the answer, please?
4.
Absolutely correct. If my compounding frequency would have been monthly, my number of periods in year would have been 12. If my compounding frequency would have been daily, my number of periods in the entire year would have been 365 or 364, whatever the case it may be, or 6. So here I have 4, closing the bracket, pressing the enter. So the effective rate you have got is 11.46% for the entire year. I hope it's clear now. And if you have the effective rate, then you can find again the nominal rate by using the nominal function. So say here I want the nominal rate from the effective rate. So how can I do it? Equal to nominal, opening the bracket, Then it asks that what is the effective rate. I would say 11.46% is my effective rate. I have selected that cell, comma. Then it asks me that what is the number of periods in 1 year, NPERY. So NPERY stands for number of periods in 1 year. It's quarterly, so it would be 4. Closing the bracket, pressing enter, you have got 11% again, nominal rate. Simple. Till now everyone is there with me? Just give me a confirmation please, all of you. चलो इसके बाद हमें मैट्रिक्स वाले फंक्शन भी करने हैं. हाँ, आपने मतलब समझा ना कि why nominal rate and effective rate are different. Why effective rate is always greater than the nominal rate. Why? More the compounding frequency you do, more will be the effective rate. If you just convert it into monthly basis, no, then the effective rate would be much higher. You may do it next to it, equal to effect, opening the bracket, selecting 11%, comma. Now we have 12 months in 1 year, right? So if I am writing 12 over there, closing the bracket, then effective rate when the compounding frequency would be monthly in nature, it comes at 11.57%. Now it gives you the answer in decimal. That can be converted into percentage by going over there in the home tab, selecting the sign of percentage from there. So there, and increase the decimals from here. So it comes at 11.57%. So it's always better for you to get the higher frequency of compounding. The higher frequency of compounding you get, no, it's always better for you. You will be able to earn more. If someone gives you the option of that, say, very simple kind of an option, that if you want to invest in a fixed deposit, then if the compounding frequency would be quarterly, you will get this much. If the compounding frequency would be 6 monthly, you will get this much. You will obviously be selecting the quarterly one, because you, at the end of the year, you will end up earning more. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Good. Thank you very much. May I have a confirmation, please, over there in the chat box? Yeah, till now it's clear. Only from Ria, Neha, and Himja we have got it. Good to see that. From Mr. Leah as well. Good. Yes, Manish had given the answer over there in the 4 in the chat box. That is also perfectly fine. Miss Farhin too. Good to see that. Okay, let's move ahead. Miss Shweta too. Good. Now I'm going there in the next one, which is NPV. Gonna be very important one. It's the same NPV we had done in the financial management, but here it's absolutely easy to calculate the NPV like anything. You just need the cash inflows and outflows somewhere written in your Excel file. Now let's take the example of this. I went to Ms. Shreya Ghoshal and I said that, ma'am, I have this kind of an investment plan for you. Shreya was like, okay, Mr. Ronak, you are a great fan of mine. Please elaborate what's your plan. I said, ma'am, मैं आपके लिए कभी गलत प्लान लाता ही नहीं हूँ. You know how big fan I am, of yours. मैं आपको एक मस्त प्लान दिखाता हूँ. But Shreya was like, मेरे को 12.5% का रिटर्न चाहिए, मतलब चाहिए. तो बोला कोई बात नहीं ना, मैं हूं ना, मैं दूंगा आपको, क्यों टेंशन ले रहे हो? आपने मेरे पे भरोसा किया, मैं आपको रिटर्न दूंगा. बोला कोई बात नहीं, चलो मैंने लिख लिया. फिर मैंने बताया मेरे प्लान के हिसाब से आपको है ना 30 लाख रुपए अब भी इन्वेस्ट करने पड़ेंगे 0 ईयर में. फिर मैं आपको कितने साल तक, मैं 25 साल तक आपको कुछ ना कुछ पैसे दूंगा. 2 लाख से शुरू करूंगा और हर बार 10,000 would be added. So I'll be starting from 2 lakhs rupees, and in every year 10,000 would be added in each and every cash inflow of yours. So this is my scheme. This is my plan. One of the best plan available in the market right now. You will have to invest 30 lakhs rupees. I'll give you from the year number 1 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs 1 10,000, 2 lakhs 20,000. Now any layman who will try to calculate this, no, how will do? He will do the total of this, and the total is coming around 92 lakhs. So that fellow would be like, investment 30 का करना है, 92 lakhs रुपए मिलते हैं, so we should invest. We should invest because investment is 30 lakhs, we are getting 92 lakhs. Oh, now this is something which is layman kind of a analysis, right? Whether you have satisfied the 12.5% return from this investment plan or not on compounding basis. Now here we can find the NPV. You can recall the formula. It was PVCI minus PVCO, right? Here you are not supposed to do anything. You will have to just select all the inflows and outflows, but make sure that outflows are written in minus. Excel doesn't understand which one is inflow and which one is outflow. It will take the amount which is in minus as outflow, and amount which is positive, it will take it as inflow. And it will automatically discount in front of you, for you. So I am going to the NPV. यहाँ पे मेरा पोपट हो गया क्योंकि मालूम पड़ गया बच्चों को कि NPV नेगेटिव ही है, लेकिन फिर भी मैं करूंगा और आप भी करोगे. Starting with the sign off equal to NPV. Let me use the magnifier. Equal to NPV, opening the bracket. Now first thing it asks is, what is the rate of retirement? Miss Shreya told me that, Ronak, the rate of requirement is 12.5%. I said, okay Shreya ma'am. Then मेरे को मालूम नहीं था, मैं भी अभी फाइनेंस में नया नया था, मेरे को लग रहा था कि हो जाएगा, चलो ट्राई तो करते हैं. ट्राई करने में क्या जाता है, सपने लोगों के बड़े होने चाहिए. श्रेया घोषाल हो तो क्या हुआ, ट्राई करनी चाहिए. कॉमा. Then I need to select all the inflows and outflows. Now what will happen, if you will select the outflows as well, then it will do the discount of this 30 lakhs too. But see, this 30 lakhs rupees are paid right now, which is already a present value. So if you do not want to discount this value, then what you can do, you can just select all the inflows only, nothing else. So what I'm doing is, you must be following me. I am selecting it right from the first year to the, oops. After selection of the B2, I was there in this. I'm just selecting the inflows right now, only the inflows, nothing else. So once all these inflows are selected, then I'll be closing the bracket. So it will give me the present value of only the cash inflows, nothing else. Now what I'll do is, I'll do plus. See, I could have used the minus if the outflow would have been in positive, but I am using plus because outflow has been written there in the minus right now, that's why. So plus this cell which is in outflow, 30. So this is how my syntax should be looking like. And if I press enter, the NPV comes negative. Now may I have the answer from the student? What is the meaning of this negative NPV? Ms. Shreya should invest in this project or not?
No, her return expectation is not satisfied.
Absolutely true. मैंने श्रेया मैम के साथ विश्वासघात कर दिया, मैंने उनके ट्रस्ट को तोड़ डाला और वो सॉन्ग गाने लगे, अच्छा सिला दिया तूने मेरे विश्वास का. Yes beta. Yes, anyone was saying something?
Yes sir, please display the syntax once again.
Okay, display the syntax one again. This is how it looks like. You must have got why I have added that cash outflow, because see that we didn't want to find the present value of that outflow, because that was already a present value. If we'll put it that in Excel, no, then what will happen, that Excel will do the discounting of the your zeros amount too. We don't want to discount that one. Is it clear? May I move ahead, please?
So
Everyone?
the original syntax is not showing that we need to add or minus the outflow. We had to do it differently. Why so?
Okay, equal to NPV, opening the bracket. If I add the rate, here, which is 12.5%, comma. Now, if I select from the first one, minus to the positive, wherever you have the outflow, wherever you have the inflow, just write it and select the entire range of the data, right? If I do like this, then what happens? Closing the bracket, pressing the enter. Now, Excel has done the discounting of the outflow too, which is 0 years. I didn't want to do the discount of this 30 lakhs rupees because that was the present value only. Excel will take minus as the outflow by default and plus as the inflow by default. Why I don't want to do the discount of 30 lakhs rupees? Because this is realize this is paid right now, which is already the present value. Have you got it? Why I have done the separate calculation for this 30 now?
So if it would have been the first year, then we'll have to add. I mean, if instead of 0 year, it would have been the first year, then we would have taken that as well. Is it?
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So instead of 0, if there would have been 1, तो हम उसका भी डिस्काउंटिंग करते. तो अगर 1 होता तो उसका मतलब क्या होता, कॉन्सेप्चुअली समझो. उसका मतलब यह है कि तुम 30 लाख रुपीस अभी पे नहीं कर रही हो, नेक्स्ट ईयर में पे कर रही हो, हाँ कि ना?
Yes.
नेक्स्ट ईयर में पे कर रही हो तो फिर उसका भी डिस्काउंटिंग होना चाहिए. समझे कि नहीं?
Yes, sir, but because other formulas are like in syntax only, we can have everything, but only here I thought we have to do extra things, so I asked.
Right, absolutely correct. Here as well, in syntax only you can do it. But the problem here is Excel will do the discounting of it. Whatever is there in the syntax, no, it will start doing the discounting of it. You can put minus over there, that's perfectly fine. You can select it within the range you have selected. But it will do the discounting of it. So if you are making the payment right from the first year onwards, no, then you can do it, that's fine. But we are not making the payment in the first year, we are doing it right now. So that's why I would just be selecting it, the range, which is inflows, nothing else. Comma, sorry, bracket close. And once the NPV bracket is closed, I would do plus sign. And then I would select this 30. So my NPV stands at 862,444. Now Shreya ma'am was like, रौनक तूने मेरे साथ विश्वासघात कर दिया. और मेरा भी पोपट हो गया. मैंने सबके सामने ऐसे छाती खोल के बताया था कि मैं आपको रिटर्न दूंगा, मैं आपको रिटर्न दूंगा, मैं आपको रिटर्न दूंगा. लेकिन बोलने वाला रह गया रिटर्न, करने में कुछ हुआ नहीं, हमारा हो गया पोपट. श्रेया बोले कोई बात नहीं रौनक, यू आर अ बिग फैन ऑफ माइन, आई एम गिविंग यू वन मोर चांस. एक काम करो, तुम मुझे कितना रिटर्न देते हो वो तो बताओ. तो मैं फिर से मैं ऐसे है ना बाल खुजाने लगा. मैं बोला अब क्या करे यार. फिर मेरे को याद आया कि मेरे फाइनेंस के प्रोफेसर ने मेरे को सिखाया था कि है ना अपन आईआरआर भी फाइंड कर सकते हैं कि एक्चुअल रेट ऑफ रिटर्न हमने कितना रिसीव किया, व्हाट इज द एग्जैक्ट रेट ऑफ रिटर्न वी हैव गॉट, नो, दैट कैन आल्सो बी फाउंड. नाउ दैट इज just a very simple function, that's the IRR function. So equal to IRR opening the bracket. Now IRR is very easy. IRR is absolutely easy. In IRR you will have to just select all the inflows and outflow right from the first to the last one. That's as simple as that. I'm selecting it right from the first to the last one. Closing the bracket, pressing the enter. Very simple. Very simple like this. And I would say to the Shreya Ghoshal ma'am that, ma'am, you have got 8.84% return on it. Shreya ma'am was like, no, Ronak, I wanted 12.5% return. You didn't satisfy that requirement. I cannot invest in this plan. Your proposal is rejected. हमारे सपने हो गए चूर चूर. IRR का syntax is very simple syntax. Equal to IRR and select the range of the data. As simple as that, nothing else. Are we clear about this? Now, what is the meaning of IRR? IRR is the actual rate of return you have got from the project, which is also called as internal rate of return. I am sure you people must be amused, because for this we were doing such a complicated calculation manually in the financial management, and Excel gives you the answer like anything, equal to IRR or IRR aa gayi. My God. Over there we were finding the two rates, over there we were finding the NPVs, over there we were using the extrapolation formula, and then we could find some approximate rate. It's just equal to IRR and range of the data. As simple as that. Pressing enter. May I move ahead, please? Till now, everyone has got it, right? Confirmation in the chat box. Okay, so we have received the confirmation in the capital letters this time around. From Ms. Ayushi, Mr. Rakshat, Ms. Farhin, yes, we have got it. From all the students, Ms. Ria too. Okay, let's move further. Now, there comes a different type of a proposal for which, manual calculations does not have any answer. Now, answer this question is that we were assuming in the NPV that all these cash inflows were occurring evenly during the entire lifetime. So when I say in year number 1, so that means at the end of the year 1 they are occurring. At the end of the second one they are occurring. At the end of the third year they are occurring. If these cash flows are occurring at the random dates, or I may say that there is no specific time period we can see between the two cash inflows. Sometimes the second inflow is coming just in a 3 month. The third inflow would be coming after 3 years. The fourth inflow will be coming in, say, 7 or 8 months. The fifth inflow will be coming in 2 years again. So if we have such a random fashion of generating the cash inflows, at that time, NPV that we had calculated manually does not give us the right answer. But Excel identified the opportunity. Excel को मालूम था कि लोग कहां पे फंसने वाले हैं. अगर ऐसा कोई प्रपोजल आएगा जहां पे कैश इनफ्लो के बीच में टाइम होराइजन है वो अलग अलग है, कभी 2 महीने में पैसे आ जाते हैं, कभी 4 महीने के बाद आते हैं, कभी 6 महीने के बाद आते हैं, कभी 1 साल के बाद आते हैं. अगर ऐसा कुछ है भैया तो एक्सेल के पास कुछ है कि नहीं है? तो हाँ, एक्सेल के पास है. एक्सेल हमारे लिए तो काम करता है. तो यहां पे हम जाएंगे एक्स एनपीवी में. कहां पे जाएंगे? एक्स एनपीवी में. और एक्स एनपीवी में आपको दो चीजें चाहिए. पहली तो आपको जो अमाउंट है वो सब चाहिए कि कहां कहां पे कौन से अमाउंट रियलाइज होते हैं. Number 2 thing you require is at what date exactly the cash inflows are occurring. Say we are making the payment at 26th of August 2020, but the inflow we are realizing at 1st of March. Then another inflow we are realizing at 1st of May, 1st of July, 1st of September 2021, and then it would be at 30th of December 2022. So there is no standardized period between the two cash inflows. Have you understood my question well, first of all? Then I can move ahead. सबको क्वेश्चन समझ में आया? थोड़ा सा कंफर्मेशन दे सकते हो अनम्यूट करके बेटा, एक दो बच्चे.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ओके, तो हम यहाँ पे एनपीवी यूज नहीं कर सकते, कुछ स्पेशल करना पड़ेगा. तो एक्सेल हमारे पास आता है और वो बोलता है कि कोई बात नहीं, मेरे पास एक्स एनपीवी है, तो हम यहाँ पे एक्स एनपीवी यूज करेंगे इंस्टेड ऑफ एनपीवी. नाउ एक्स एनपीवी इज नॉट अ डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ एनपीवी, इट्स एनपीवी ओनली, but it is the function to find the NPV when you have the different dates for the different cash outflow and there is no even period between the two cash inflows. So equal to XNPV, opening the bracket, and first argument is the rate. I would say my expectation rate is 16% on yearly basis from this, then comma, then it will ask me the values which would be the amounts right from the first to the last one. Now here you are not supposed to put that 7 lakhs outside the bracket because it is already inclined with the dates. Now Excel will automatically catch the dates of it. So you just select all the inflows and outflows you have, including the minus and plus ones, So once the values are selected, comma, now you have the dates. So all the dates you have on which these inflows and outflows are going to be realized, right from the first to the last one, you will be selecting all the dates. Closing the bracket. This is how the syntax looks like. You may check this. I'm waiting for you for 30 seconds if you are doing this. Now press enter. So you get the negative NPV. Again, the project stands to be rejected, cannot be accepted. the required rate of 16% is not satisfied. This is how the syntax looks like if you are doing it. Waiting for you. चलो हो गया सबका, मैं आगे बढ़ू? आगे बढ़ू कि ना बढ़ू? May I move ahead or not? No one is giving the confirmation. Oh my
Yes,
God.
sir.
Oh,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you. Thank you very much. Okay, now I'm putting across the task in front of you. Try to understand. Miss Shreya came to me and said that, Ronak, you are not satisfying my expectation at all. First, you said that 12.5% which is not been received. Then you said I have a different plan. Over there too, you have the negative NPV. You are fooling me now. I am putting the faith on you because you are a great fan of mine and you are not satisfying my expectations at all. I need the positive NPV of 10,000. And for that, what should be my required rate of return? You tell me. I said, ma'am, please, धीरे धीरे बताओ, मेरे को ऐसे इतनी ज्यादा नहीं समझ में आती. She was like, okay, अब ध्यान से सुनो. I need the positive NPV of 10,000 from this project. So what should be my rate of return expectation? So she said me to do the reverse calculation. And I was again scratching my head. I was like, oh my God, मैं कहाँ पे फंस गया? ये तो मेरे को क्वेश्चन करते ही जा रही है, करते ही जा रही है. वो बोल रही है कि ये 16 जगह पे कौन सा रेट होना चाहिए? What shall be the rate at 16% so that the NPV reaches to 10,000? Now try to understand. Her goal is fixed. This is her goal. What is it? Goal. In Excel's language, it is goal. We may call it target. Her target is fixed. She wants 10,000 rupees of NPV. For that, what adjustments she should make in the required rate of return? At what required rate of return this turns out at 10,000? In other words, मैं फिर से फंसा. इस बार तो बहुत बुरी तरीके से फंसा. मैं बोला मैं बाहर लोगों को चिल्लाते रहता हूं कि मेरे को फाइनेंस आता है और इसने मेरे को क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया, अब मेरे को आएगा नहीं तो अब उनका फिर से पोपट हो जाएगा. अब क्या करे क्या करे क्या करे? फिर मेरे को याद आया कि मेरे एक्सेल के प्रोफेसर ने मेरे को एक फंक्शन सिखाया था, वो था गोल सीक. कौन सा फंक्शन था? गोल सीक. अब ये गोल सीक फंक्शन होता है, उससे क्या होता है? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. Goal seek function is a function where you have a specified goal and you want to change the other argument in the syntax based on your goal. Here my goal is fixed, which is 10,000 of NPV. And based on that, I want to change the rate. So I can use the goal seek function. How can I use it? I can use it by just going over there in the data tab. Everyone should do it along with me. I hope you have understood my question well, first of all. Then in data tab, everyone should go to the what if analysis. And in what if analysis, you have something called goal seek. Please select that goal seek function where only 3 arguments are there. The goal seek function looks like this. Is everyone there with me? Just give me a confirmation till now. क्योंकि यहाँ पे मैं फिर से कुछ explain करने वाला हूँ.
Yes, sir.
Okay, one confirmation. Others? Chat box दिखाई नहीं दे रहा बेटा मेरे को इधर से.
Yes, sir.
Good, we have got 2.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. We have received many confirmations now. Good. अब हमें Excel पूछेगा. Excel will ask us that say which cell you want to set. I said I want to set the cell where NPV is written. So I would give the link of the cell where NPV is written. So I'm clicking on this button. Some people would be like, why you are calling it button? मेरी मर्जी, मेरे को जो कॉल करना है वैसा करो, ठीक है? मेरे को इसका नाम नहीं आता, मैं उसको बटन ही बुलाता हूँ. So I'm clicking over here. Then I'm selecting the cell where button is there. Sorry, where 5081 is there. Then pressing enter. So that means B12 must have been written there and $sign is also been inserted. Then Excel will ask me that, okay, in that cell, what value you require? Can someone tell me what value we require over here in the second box?
Plus 10,000.
Absolutely correct.
10,000.
Very true. So we require 10,000 over there, right? So I'm writing 10,000 there. Now Excel will ask me, भाई तुझे goal तो बता दिया, अब कौन सा cell change करना है वो तो बताओ. Which cell needs to be changed to make the goal of 10,000? Can someone tell me?
The sell of amount.
अरे नहीं, मैंने क्या बताया था?
Rate of interest.
हाँ, rate of interest. Rate of interest इसलिए because we want to change the rate so that my NPV goes plus 10,000. So I would say my changing cell and click over here in the button again. और इस वाले सेल को सिलेक्ट करो where 16% is written. Select the cell where 16% is written. Pressing enter. Now again press enter. Press OK, and Excel has changed the rate on behalf of you. And you must have seen that NPV over there is 10,000 right now. If this question would have been asked to us manually, हम पहले तो माथा खंजवाड़ते, फिर हम 2 मिनट के लिए बैठ जाते, फिर हम सर को गाली देते कि सर ने कैसा क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया, और फिर हम धीरे धीरे शुरू करते सॉल्व करना. उसमें बहुत सारे बच्चे करेंगे, बहुत तो करने ही नहीं वाले हैं. लेकिन यहाँ पे एक्सेल देखो कितना इजीली हमें आंसर दे देता है. As simple as that. Now if you just increase the decimals over here, you get the exact rate. I'm changing the decimals from here. It's 13.33%. So I may call that there is a break-even point. There is a break-even point at 13.33% of rate in this plan. I can say that at 13.33%, the PVCI will be equal to PVCO. So in other words, it is nothing but the IRR only. No, not IRR. It would be NPV of 10,000. Sorry. So by this way, if I want to find the IRR, then what can I do is, at the place of NPV of 10,000, I can put 0 over there. So you get the exact IRR. Let's check it out. So I'm going there in the data. Everyone should do it along with me. In what if analysis, goal seek, and in goal seek set cell would be this B12 over there. Instead of 10,000, what do we want? 0. Why 0 we want at the place of 12,000? Because at IRR, the NPV is at 0. Yes or no? Because IRR is nothing but PVCI equal to PVCO. That means NPV is 0. I want to put 0 over there as the next NPV. Then I would go to changing cell. Then in changing cell, on that button I will go and I'll press over here on 13.33. Press enter. Press OK. So you get 15.06%. That is the IRR, nothing else. At which PVCI is equal to PVCO. In other words, I can say at which the NPV is equal to 0. Has everyone got this goal seek function? Absolutely clear about this?
Yes, sir.
चलो एक बार फिर से कंफर्मेशन का राउंड हो जाए अपने चैट बॉक्स के अंदर. कितने कितने लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है? From Farhin I've got, from Parth, from Satyam, from Ayushi, from Riya, from Shweta, from Himja, from Akshat. Good to see everyone. Well, let's move ahead. Let's go to IRR now. नाउ सी आईआरआर तो हमने ऑलरेडी यूज करके ही रखा है, इधर फिर से श्रेया मैम आ गए। ओ माय गॉड, मैंने को कुछ चेंज करना, भर बार श्रेया श्रेया बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है, कुछ यादें जुड़ी होती है ना कुछ नाम से, इसलिए। सो मैं लेट मी चेंज समथिंग ओवर हियर। कैन समवन सजेस्ट मी सम गुड नेम? यूज किया है कि हिज यूज किया है, हर ही यूज किया है, तो कुछ फीमेल नाम ही लेना पड़ेगा। मिस 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 आलिया। Miss Alia Bhatt is going to invest 1 lakh rupees on yearly basis for 10 years. This was the plan I was discussing with you last time around, if you can recall it a bit. I was telling that to you, that what is the exact rate of return you have got from this plan. You know, if someone comes to you and says that I'll give you 2 lakhs rupees in the next 10 years, and for the initial 10 years you are going to invest 1 lakh rupees, then what is the exact rate of return you have got from that particular plan? And that's very easy to calculate in the Excel. Huh? Start reading this question first of all. Miss Alia Bhatt is going to invest 1 lakh rupees on yearly basis for 10 years, and she will receive 2 lakhs rupees for the next 10 years. What rate of return she is getting from this investments? This investment, sir, grammatical mistake, इतना छोटा grammatical mistake, change कर देता हूँ, this investments. Pressing enter. So based on periods, we have the amounts realized. For the first 10 years, it would be minus, so it's minus 1 lakh. For the next 10 years, it's plus 2 lakhs, so it's 2 lakhs. और मेरा फिर से प्रॉफिट हो गया क्योंकि वहां पे ऑलरेडी आईआरआर कैलकुलेट हुआ है, लेकिन फिर भी हम करेंगे. सो इक्वल टू IRR, opening the bracket. Now values, right from the first to the last one. From the first to the last one, all the values. Closing the bracket. Pressing the enter. And you have got the IRR of 7.17%, which is even lower than the various fixed deposit rates too. So if someone comes to you and says that for the initial 10 years, you will have to invest 1 lakh rupees, and for the next 10 years, I'll give you 2 lakhs rupees, then the layman would be falling in this trap. My finance student will not be falling in this trap. This return is just near to 7.17%, which is not at all a moderate return too. Various fixed deposits give you the higher return than this. Yes or no? Even if you go to some of the debt funds in the mutual funds, that gives you the return around 7 to 8 to 9% without taking significant amount of risk. So ये हमारे लिए जाल बिछाया गया था, हमें फंसाने के लिए, लेकिन हम फंसने वाले नहीं है. उनको बोल देंगे कि 7.17% रिटर्न ही चाह रहा है और ज्यादा नहीं आ रहा है इसमें. Has everyone got it, all of you? From Miss Kinnary, who is a very new entry. Good to see that. From the Kinnary too, we have got the answer here. It's nice to see. मेरे को नए नए बच्चे एंटर होते हैं ना चैट बॉक्स में, मेरे को बहुत मजा आता है. चलो और एक्स आईआरआर पे जाते हैं, और एक्स आईआरआर को देख के आपको मालूम हो जाना चाहिए कि व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन आईआरआर एंड एक्स आईआरआर. May I have the answer from you, please? If you can let me know. What is the difference between XIRR and IRR? You can identify this from this.
When time period is uneven, like the return period.
True. Others want to elaborate this answer? Anyone? Others? Anyone would like to try to give the explanation to this? Why I would be using XIRR in this case instead of IRR? Himja has said it perfectly, but if someone wants to elaborate it further. Anyone? Someone would be writing in the chat. They would be like, sir, हम तो chat में ही लिखते हैं. Okay, I don't have any problem. Okay, so it was stated by her The time period between the two cash inflows and outflows are not even. That's changing. If I give you the example of this, say this was the outflow of 25 lakhs rupees we were making on the date of say 1st of December 2029. But the first cash inflow we have realized is at the 1st of Jan 2020. So that's effectively just a 1 month's difference, right? So in a 1 month you are realizing another inflow. Number two, then the next inflow is occurring after the 1 year. Then the next inflow is occurring after the 1 year and 2 months. So the time period between the top two cash inflows is not even, it's uneven. And there are specific dates given to us at which this cash inflows and outflows are occurring. That's why we would be using XIRR instead of IRR in Excel. And let me remind this to you that XIRR is not different from IRR, it's same. It's IRR only, it's just a different function of Excel. You know, if these conditions are satisfied, so that we get the IRR there. So that is the exact rate of return we have got on compounding basis. So equal to XIRR, opening the bracket, it asks the values are in amounts, right from the first to the last one. I'm selecting A4 to A7, comma, dates, right from the first to the last one. All these dates are selected. बहुत डेट दी हुई है, comma. Now guess is the optional one, you know. Guess की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं, already there in a big bracket. That means it's an optional one. You may guess it like 11, 12, 13. Even if you do just put it as blank, no, then also Excel will give you the answer. So let me put 11% over there, closing the bracket, pressing enter. So what is the IRR you have got here? 19.25%. Now how do you make the conclusion based on the IRR? You would be comparing your IRR with your cost of capital. I mean, if you are getting the finance from somewhere, then what is the cost of capital you are incurring on this? So you may compare it with the weighted average cost of capital of your company. Say if IRR is 19% and weighted average cost of capital is coming at 20%, that means what is the implication of this? That your cost of capital is 20%. You are supposed to give 20% to those people from whom you have taken the money, but in return of their money, your investment rate is just 19.24%. You should not invest. If the overall cost of capital stands out at say 18%, that means you are able to earn at least 1.24% return more than the your cost of finance. Now what is the meaning of WSCC? This is the cost of finance for you, at which you have taken the money from other people. It can be equity shareholders, it can be preference shareholders, it can be borrowers, it can be bank and institutions from whom you have taken the money. I hope everyone is clear with the IRR now. Is everyone crystal clear about this IRR XIRR? तो अब वाले जो फंक्शंस रह जाते हैं, that is related to loans. और loans वाले फंक्शंस के लिए एक और दिन हमें लेना पड़ेगा, one more day, and that would be the end of finance function in Excel. And some data metric functions are also coming lined up in a way. Today I'll not be going into that because we do not have much time now. It's already 13:25. So for that we would be doing in the next lecture. Till now, is anyone having any query? Please let me know through the chat box, or you may unmute yourselves. That's perfectly fine. Or you may just give me a confirmation that it's all clear till now. Okay, Akshat, when percentage is not given, might not be the right answer. Percentage is not given in both the cases, IRR as well as XIRR. But IRR you can use when only if you have the even cash inflows. That means the time gap between the two cash inflows is the same. For the second to third is same, for the third to fourth it's same, and it's remaining standard constant for all this number of years. But for XIRR you can use when the cash inflows are occurring at the uneven time period. कभी कभी कैश इनफ्लो 2 महीने में आ जाता है, फिर 2 साल के बाद आएगा, फिर 1 साल के बाद आएगा, उस समय पे क्या करेंगे? आई होप इट्स क्लियर नाउ मिस्टर अक्षत। अच्छा, I can see some chats going on over there in the chat box, please. I request all the students not to indulge into a personal sort of a comments there, please.
No, sir. She told that, see, there my mic was showing that I am unmute, but I am not. So same happened with Akshat in last lecture.
Okay, fine. No worries. That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
IRR and XNPV. What does X stands for?
X stands for when you have the different time periods. At that time, you will be using the X. X Excel ने नक्की करके रखा है, तो वो तो बेटा हम उनको पूछेंगे तो ये मालूम पड़ेगा कि आपने X क्यों लगाया, Y क्यों नहीं लगाया उसकी जगह पे। उसका हमें नहीं 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 ऐसा कुछ मालूम तो नहीं है, मतलब होगा भी, आई कैन नॉट डिनाई दिस, उसका होगा भी, बट लेट मी नॉट गिव यू एनी ज्ञान ब्याजी विदाउट हैविंग इट। मेरे को नहीं मालूम है कि वहां पे एक्स क्यों लगाया उन लोगों ने, तो शायद पता नहीं एक्स, अभी जो भी स्टैंडर्डाइज चीजें होती है ना उसको थोड़ा सा चेंज करके लगाना हो तो वहां पे एक्स यूज करते हैं। एक्सेल में मैंने वो टेक ट्रेंड देखा है, बहुत सारी और भी फंक्शंस में है। might be they would be having some logic behind it, but I am not very much clear about it. And one more thing about this 40 40 क्या है मनीष, ये 40 क्या लिखा है?
That is a roll number.
अच्छा बेटा नाम लीजिए, ऐसा मत कीजिए, किसी का नाम है अच्छी तरीके से। कौन है 40? मेरे को तो वो भी नहीं मालूम है। फरीन, रिया नहीं, नेहा, नेहा भी नहीं, हिमजा है। अच्छा हाँ, ओके कोई बात नहीं, चलो ठीक है। लेट मी जस्ट शेयर द अटेंडेंस विथ यू। यहाँ तक सब कुछ क्लियर है ना मनीष? सब कुछ क्लियर है हर कोई को, एवरीवन? और म्यूट अनम्यूट में कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता बेटा, आपको करना है तो करो, कोई बात नहीं, मेरे को बताओ आप। मैं तो यहाँ पे इनवाइट करता हूँ आपकी कमेंट्स को, लेकिन बाकी सब बच्चों को कई बार वो डिस्टर्बेंस थोड़ा सा ऐसा साउंड है ना, इसलिए मैं कहता हूँ, वरना आप करो, इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
नो नो सर, आपने वो बोला पर्सनली, मैं तो किसी से पर्सनली भी पर्सनल नहीं हो, तो सर ये तो क्लासरूम है, इसमें कैसे पर्सनल हो सकता हूँ?
नहीं नहीं, हाँ राइट राइट, फाइन फाइन। एनीवे, जस्ट शेयरिंग द अटेंडेंस फाइल विथ यू। Okay, so everyone can go to the chat box and from there they can file their attendance. Attendance has been shared with you. Once the attendance is filed, then you may disperse for the day. From my side, it's over. Have a great day ahead to all the students over here. I hope this would have been a very learning session for you. And many more such learning sessions would be coming in the next few. Tomorrow as well, it would be quite a content heavy. So each and every lecture is going to be important one. Huh? Do not miss this. Bye-bye. Take care. Sayonara. Enjoy the rest of the day.